Are you trying to decide between the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Chase Sapphire Preferred card? Well, in this video, I'm going to look at the benefits and numbers for both, decide which card will give you the best return on your spend. Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Thunder Thighs Will. I can't believe I might actually use that. Welcome to my channel where I go over credit card rewards so that you can maximize your spend and really do more for less. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, be sure to hit that red subscribe button down below. Now let's go ahead and jump into the topic. The two Sapphire cards are Chase's two general travel cards. And when I say general, I mean they're not accumulating points for any specific airline or hotel. However, the Sapphire Reserve card comes with a $450 fee, whereas the Preferred card comes with a $95 fee. And that's a difference of $350. So let's look at some of the benefits to see what the differences are between these two cards. As I said before, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card has a $450 annual fee, whereas Preferred card only has a $95 fee. And on top of that, as of this video, that annual fee for the Preferred card is waived during your first year. Right now, both cards are offering a 50,000 point sign-up bonus once you spend $4,000 within 3 months. Now, unfortunately, back in 2017, Chase disallowed people being able to apply for both of these cards. You can only have either one or the other. Next, we have the $300 travel credit offered by the Reserve card, but unfortunately, no travel credit for that Preferred card. Now, the Reserve card also has a Priority Lounge membership, and again, the Preferred card does not offer that. And then you have the TSA PreCheck credit, which you can use every 4 years, but once again, this is not offered by the Preferred card. Next, onto the spend. The Chase Sapphire Reserve card gives you 3 points back for each dollar spent on travel and restaurants, whereas the Preferred card gives you 2 points back. And if you use any points on the Chase Travel Portal, if you have the Reserve card, you get a 50% boost in those points, whereas with the Preferred card, you get a 25% boost. Now, if you want to add an authorized user to your account, it's $75 for the Reserve card, but there's no fee for the Preferred card. So let me just stop here real quick. Before adding an authorized user, you should consider having that other person sign up for the card themselves, and that way they can take advantage of the sign-up bonus. Because if you add them as an authorized user, they don't actually get that sign-up bonus. The only time you really want to add an authorized user is if that other person doesn't have good enough credit and you're trying to help them build up their credit by adding them to your account. The authorized user is still eligible for the sign-up bonus if they want to sign up for the card later, but why waste time if they already have the credit to get the card now? And finally, for the last benefit, which swings in favor of the Preferred card, if you have that card, you're able to refer up to 5 people per year. And for each one that gets approved, you get a 10,000 point bonus. The Chase Sapphire Reserve, unfortunately, does not have this benefit. And then both cards do offer 0 foreign transaction fees, as well as trip insurance, car rental insurance, some purchase protection. You can do extended warranties and such like that. The Chase Sapphire Reserve does offer a little bit more in some of these categories in terms of like insurance coverage or purchase protection, but for the most part, it's about the same. All right, now that we've gone through all the benefits, let's jump into a spreadsheet real quick and check out my spend to see how all this comes together and see what the difference is with the amount of points that we can earn. Here's a spreadsheet that I created to compare the two cards based on my personal spend. You can find a link to download this spreadsheet below in the description. You can tailor it to your own personal spend to see how these two cards work for you. All you really want to do is fill out everything that's highlighted in green, and then the spreadsheet should do everything else for you, and at the bottom tell you which card is the best. Now, the first thing you want to consider is how many authorized users you're going to want on your account. Now, earlier we already talked about how I felt about authorized users, but if you do want to add one, this will definitely impact the spend that you enter in on the spreadsheet, because you have to consider all the spend between you and the other person. So this first section here is where you want to include all of your monthly spend. I included a bunch of typical expenses in there that most people incur every month. I do have a line in there for miscellaneous spend. So if you're someone that does spend more than this, you can just enter in that amount. So once you enter in that monthly spend, the spreadsheet will calculate your total monthly spend as well as your 3-month spend. And then it will also calculate the total value of your points on an annual basis. You'll notice in the spend section, I did break out travel into 2 different sections. In this top line, this is for people who usually have a monthly expense on travel, such as rideshare or public transportation. Maybe they have to pay for parking when they go to work. And this bottom travel item is for people who don't usually have a travel expense every month. So for me personally, I don't usually use rideshare or public transportation, but I would use this line to plan any type of vacations that I might have coming up. Now this wraps up the spend section of the spreadsheet, and you should have more points for the Reserve card when compared to the preferred card unless you have a referral. But hold on, we still have a little bit more to do. So this next section here is going to go over some of those benefits that we discussed earlier, specifically the lounge, travel credit, and the TSA pre-check credit. This section is really only for the Chase Sapphire Reserve card because the preferred card has none of these benefits, and that's why it's all blacked out. The first benefit we're going to look at is a Priority Lounge membership. If you go to the Priority Lounge's website, you'll see that an annual membership can cost anywhere from $100 up to $430. So yeah, when I go to the lounge, I usually grab a few drinks, a couple snacks, use the Wi-Fi, but that's not going to get me up to a $430 value. So for each visit, I usually value it at about $40. And since I go to the airport maybe 2 or 3 times a year, that's about $80 to $120 a year. So I'll just be conservative and say $80 worth of value for the lounge membership. Next, we have a $300 travel credit. Now, if you don't know how this works, essentially whenever you buy anything related to travel, Chase automatically credits your account that amount up to $300 every year. For Chase, travel is very broad. It can cover anything from an airline ticket all the way down to paying for parking. And finally, we have the TSA pre-check. So if you think you're going to use it, you can go ahead and include it here, but just realize you can only use it every 4 years. And now we've come to the point redemption section, and this will pull those points from the first section and determine the cash value based on your choice of redemption rate. So there are a few different ways that you can redeem points, and I've listed the top 3 ways that you can redeem points, and I've also listed a line on here for anyone that's more experienced and has a personal valuation that they use to enter that in so that it can calculate your value. So the first way to redeem points is the Chase Travel Portal, and this is where the preferred card and the reserve card differ. As I said earlier in the video, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card gives you a 50% boost when you redeem points on the Chase Travel Portal, whereas the preferred card only gives you a 25% boost. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Chase Travel Portal, it's essentially Chase's own Expedia, Kayak type webpage where you can book various flights, hotels, car rentals all in one place. So this is the easiest way to redeem points. Usually the values that they have on the Chase Travel Portal match with what's on the market, but just be sure if you're looking at a flight that's on Chase Travel Portal, just go ahead and check on Google Flights or Expedia to make sure that those prices match up. And then the second way to redeem points is, of course, the transfer partners that Chase has. Now, both cards share the same transfer partners, so there's no difference here, and that's why you see the same rate between both cards. If you're not familiar with transfer partners, here they are, both airlines and hotels. Now, this is subject to change. Chase sometimes does add or remove some of these transfer partners. Now, using the transfer partners does take a little bit more work than, say, using the Chase Travel Portal, but you will definitely get a better value with your points using this method. I'm using 1.85 cents per point here, and the way I came up with that is I took the Point Guide's valuation of 2.1 cents, and then I took the US Credit Card Guide's website of 1.6, and I just took the average between the two. When I redeemed my points for my vacation last year to Hawaii, I got about 2.8 cents per point on the flight, and then for the hotel, I used Chase Travel Portal, so 1.5 cents per point. We stayed at a pretty nice Marriott, but transferring the points directly to Marriott and redeeming the points through their website really wasn't a great value compared to just using the Chase Travel Portal. Now, the valuation of points using transfer partners does vary between person to person, so I did leave a line here so that if you do already have your own personal valuation that you want to use, you can enter that in the spreadsheet and it will calculate the value for you. Finally, you can redeem your points for a statement credit at 1 cent per point, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's definitely, as you can see, not as good as using it directly for travel. Jumping into the valuations of the cards, you'll see in your first year, you'll get $12.50 in value from the preferred card and $13.60 from the reserve card. So that's really only about a 9% difference between the two cards, or $110. Now, in your second year, when you don't get that sign-up bonus, you do only get about $430 with the reserve card and about $330 with the preferred card. And this just shows how important it is to hit that minimum spend and get that sign-up bonus, because you get years worth of value just with that. Just going back and looking at how the cards compare, if you really look at it, it's not that much of a difference. The biggest difference that I found was really in how I valued the lounge access. So what I would say to you is really go back and see how you want to value that lounge access. How much is that free liquor and food really worth to you? If that's not something you're interested in, then there's really no point getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. You might as well get the preferred card. Avoid paying that $450 annual fee up front and just be happy with the preferred card. I had the reserve card and I know I'm going to get rid of it. The lounge access was cool, but I don't think it's really worth it, to be honest. I mean, I'm not saying it's not worth it. Like I said, I did value it at $80, but I'm not sure if I want to pay that $450 up front. And really thinking about this, I feel like Chase needs to do a little bit more with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, but I feel like it's being cannibalized a little bit by their preferred card. So guys, were you expecting that the preferred card would be so close to the reserve card? Let me know in the comments which cards you think works better for you. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to hit that like button if it helped you out, and I'll catch you guys next time.